Good evening. Welcome to the 1873 TV. Your voice, your power, your vision, your power. The future I want. This is your opportunity to talk to the world. Today is a big day in Zimbabwe. Chiwenga, is he still in or is he still out? We have a press statement that is self-explanatory. Good evening, Farai Mazima. Good evening, Grace. Have you seen the press statement issued by ZANU-PF? If you haven't seen it, I will share it so that we can talk from the same page. Any truth in what we are hearing, Tuko, that there is truth. Ajak, is a coup underway? I don't believe so. But it appears that somebody has lost a job. Ronald Mazikanda, I'll tell you what I know. Sydney, welcome. Fortune, how are you? Brian, good evening. Jason, good evening. Oscar, good evening. So the unfolding drama in Zimbabwe requires a sober mind to understand. Brian, welcome. Kuda, welcome. Yeah, I'm going to the point. I'll read the press statement so that you can welcome. Let me post the press statement so that we can all take it from there. Okay. I've posted the press statement. Let me pin it so that we all can talk from the same. You got the link, Oscar? That's great. So let's see. It's gone. Let me post again. Okay. So I'll read the press statement for you. I think some already have the press statement shared. Okay. All right. Let's go. You can open it. Okay. Okay, let me read it for you. I'll open mine and then read it for you. All right. It says, press statement by the ZANU-PF National Secretary for Information and Publicity, Comrade S.K. Moyo. Consistent with the guiding principles of the national liberation struggle, the ruling Zimbabwe African National Union Patriotic Front, ZANU-PF, reaffirms the primacy of politics over the gun. It is against an understanding of this abiding principle that the statement issued by General Constantino Chiwenga, purporting to speak on behalf of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, was not only surprising, but was an outrageous vitiation of professional soldiership, and his wartime record as a high-ranking freedom fighter entrusted with command responsibilities in a free and democratic Zimbabwe. Clearly calculated to disturb national peace and stability, the said statement by General Constantino Chiwenga, which was not signed and which did not represent the rest of the command element, suggests treasonable conduct on his part, as this was meant to incite insurrection and violent challenge to the constitutional order. Indeed, this is what happens when the gun seeks to overreach by dictating to politics and norms of constitutionality. As the party running the democratically elected government of Zimbabwe, ZANU-PF will never succumb to any threats, least of all those deriving from conduct that is inconsistent with the tenets of democracy and constitutionalism. Not too far back, the President and First Secretary of ZANU-PF, Comrade R.G. Mugabe, who is also Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, reminded members of the uniformed forces of their subordinate place and role vis-a-vis the political authority of the land. By yesterday's reprehensible conduct, it would appear that this wise counsel not only went unheeded, but was flagrantly flouted in deference to factional politics and personal ambitions. Such conduct stands unreservedly condemned, not only in the party, but also in our Southern African region and the entire African continent, where subversion of constitutional authority is frowned upon and regarded as an absolute anathema. Signed by S.K. Moyo, National Secretary for Information and Publicity, on this day, 14th November 2017. There you have it. Somebody has just lost a job. Somebody has made utterances that speak to some other narrative that is not consistent with the powers that be. I think everybody knew that the press statement of yesterday by General Chiwenga would have consequences. I think he knew and ought to have known about what would visit him by venturing to volunteer an opinion about matters that I think they now say fall outside the four corners of what is employed to do. What's your take? That's 24 hours. Something has happened. Was it predictable? Was it inevitable? You are the judge. Is there anything that requires clarification, amplification, consideration? Is it the end of something? Ronald Tafazo Mazikanda, well, I was hoping a coup would be in the making. Your hopes may be dashed. Your hopes may be respected. Who lost his job? General Chiwenga. I'm not sure whether it's only losing his job. Actually, it may mean that tonight he is not sleeping at home. What this implies is that he is being charged for treason, and he may be unreachable tonight. So a decision has been taken, and Obakeng, it was predictable for sure that was going to be a move from ZANU-PF. So Ashley Lashes, that's what has happened. Based on this statement, Mugabe is still in control then. Why the tanks in Harare? The tanks are in Harare just to remind those who may have other views about who is still in control. I think it's a preemptive strike. So who is controlling the army? The commander-in-chief who was there yesterday is still the same. I think you can be rest assured that the people you saw yesterday have since changed their allegiances. The army, Kelvin, it is said that the army or the people, the top hierarchy of the army who were present yesterday at the press conference, some of them have distanced themselves from the enterprise of yesterday. Chiwenga, yes, did make a statement. He did speak to it, although the written statement was not signed, but he added his voice to it. And Baba Shalom Mackenzie, Dr. Amai is the new general. I don't believe so. The generals, I think, they have their own command structure and doesn't include Amai at this stage. I'm not sure whether so there's no change for the leader of Zimbabwe. Yes, Heather, you're saying I'm being vague. I don't know how else can I express a statement that has been issued. It says in black and white that what General Chiwenga did yesterday was outrageous, and it was a a vitiation of professional soldiership, and also a betrayal of his wartime record as a high-ranking freedom fighter entrusted with command responsibilities in a free and democratic Zimbabwe. Baba Mackenzie, where have you been all this long? I have been where I am. Does the statement say he was fired? Fortunes. The statement is very clear that a person who is accused of treason or treasonable conduct that was meant to incite insurrection and violent challenge to the constitutional order is not only fired, but faces criminal charges. That's what it means. And it's very clear that what is being said is the bullet is the king for coup d'etats, but the ballot is the king for constitutional dispensations. So this is a press statement either, and it's clear that what Zokai tukuvotereva mawere tendai zinyama. No, you are talking about voting. I think let's talk about a constitutional state. Masoja ngaatore G. Mush. I don't think the impression that we have outside is what is on the ground. What is on the ground? Baba Shalom Mackenzie, I have said before that I am not a solution to any problem. So Baba Shalom, I've been open consistently that don't look at me. Let's look at the problem. The ballots are never correct always. Some say they are fiddled. Are you the press statement? I am not the press statement, but I was reading from a press statement dated today. James, you may be tired, but it's time to think. It's time to reflect, introspect. Shane Karim, is the military not divided at this point? Once again, if the military was divided, they will not show a sign of force in the city. That sign of force tells you something. The infighting ZANU-PF is a security threat, so the military must step in. The military are the ones who actually are protecting what they call the constitutional state. I see army taking over the unity government kicks in. Tendai, the facts on the ground are that Chiwenga has been dismissed. That's what the facts point to. That among the people that he thought were on his side in the military, when they woke up today, the majority of them were not on Chiwenga's side. So it would appear that Chiwenga was speaking on his own, about his own frustration about what had transpired. Sean Gibbons, what is the problem? Tell us. The problem, if summarized correctly, is that General Chiwenga made a statement yesterday in which he warns people in ZANU-PF to stop it, to stop any further recriminations firing. Which side are you on, Tony Marshall? I am not on any of the side. I'm not even sure which side and who is who. To hell with Mugabe. We want back our Zimbabwe. Anes Mushawa, your analysis is subject to debate, and I probably don't see the same. Let's wait for tomorrow. Everything will be clear. I think that's fair. Has the general been fired? The daily statements are now order of the day. What is the government statement? Because SK Moyo statement is a party one. That is I'm not sure what the government statement is, but this is what is being said. Is the army divided at the moment, Robert? I don't believe so. There is no sign that the army is divided. If it is, I think we will know. I don't want to hear about ZANU-PF, J-Marsh. That's a valid point for you, and you're entitled to that view. Stanley Chikangara Edwin, Iwenduani Mdara. My name is Mutumwa Mawere, Jeremot Ngoma. It would have been better if soldiers really put out Mugabe so that people of Zimbabwe can see the daylight. Yes, that is occurring in our minds. I'm not too sure what is occupying the minds of the people on the ground. Liz Mapundu, but Nawamawere, saka masoja atadzeere zvakaita nezuro. It would appear that yesterday they were not speaking with the same voice. I think it is my understanding that this morning some of the people who were present yesterday were not aware of what the statement was all about and the contents. Kayamako, I think we need to stand and rise together. Mugabe must go and die. The statement is suggesting something else. But I hear what you are saying. Makarikaro Okeyo, I thought we have problems here in Kenya until I saw military trucks surrounding Harare city. Innocent tender, you people are easily blinded. That's what happened in 2013. People stopped registering to vote, to concentrate on ZANU conspiracies like Mugabe is about to go. Bear in mind, Baba Ojukwa, Gondo Giza, dismissed by who? I think this statement has been issued on behalf of ZANU-PF. But knowing the difference between ZANU-PF and the people in government, you can add 1 + 1 and come to your own conclusion. Vladimir Chiwenga would appear to be out of a job. How reliable is this? Like really Bradley Chamboko? It would appear, unless there's a new statement that will come up between now and tomorrow, that the only statement we have is the statement that I've just read. From your time with ZANU-PF, give us the projection from today's events. I don't think I had any time. I've never been a member of ZANU-PF, never been issued with a card, never applied, sought one. So I think Ms. Lo Sinai, I don't know what informs your comment, but nevertheless it's taken. Many people are behind you, Mr. Mawere. Tell people what's your plan on political grounds. Do not behave like Mawarire. I'm not behaving like Mawarire. I am me. I am just sharing what I have received, and I think by now most of you social media must have the statement, and the statement is generally available. Where is Chiwenga? I have no idea where Chiwenga is, but from the statement I would suspect that he's somewhere where he can't receive or make phone calls. Lazy Mapundu nani Baba Mawere. Ashley Lashes, I'm sure everyone is frustrated. Why didn't they back Chiwenga? I am not too sure. Ika Jose Mnangagwa's fate? If Chiwenga is being charged for treasonable conduct, one can assume that the same charges will be applicable to Mnangagwa. G-Mash is right. Stanley Edwin, it's high time we as Zimbabweans stand for what we believe in, even if it means standing along. Mugabe must go, and Chiwenga is right. Barebende Pascal. My name is Pascal from Uganda. We are keenly following the events as they unfold. Upholding constitutional order is what is important. I'm not sure, Pascal, whether you are saying the actions of ZANU-PF is the correct one, or you are saying the general who spoke yesterday did so outside or ultra-virus the Constitution. And Kumid, you are also a G40 WhatsApp group. Okay, I don't know what G40 is, and I'm not in a G40 WhatsApp group. On behalf of Uganda, Amito Mitra, we welcome Chiwenga to our country. Blessing Claudio, Lol. Leslie Dumba, are you G40, Mr. Mawere? I am not G40. We have seen you in public with the first family. Yes, there's a picture of me at the orphanage. Doesn't make me G40. Mr. Mawere, I think you are pro-Mugabe just from what I get from you, Oba King. I am not pro-Mugabe at all. I'm just reporting what has taken place. There is no intention on my part to be pro anyone, because that doesn't seem to be an issue, and the relevance of it, I don't know. Mugabe needs your vote, and not me. Ronald Mazikanda, so Chiwenga has been left alone. Seriously, how do we expect change when we are not united against the incompetence that we are seeing in our government? Lakson Zumunda, Vladimir, you don't have a side, that's why you are useless. Yes, people with no sides may have use that is less to you, and you call it useless. But I think this is just an arena, not for me to pronounce anything about my views on anything, but to be able to provide a platform, as I'm doing, for your voices to be heard. And I'm hearing you correctly. There are people who are for, there are people who are against. There are people who want change, like everybody else. And this action can ignite, can inspire you to be an active citizen. If you are an active citizen, then it means the end is near. Sherry Karim Moyo is also G40. This brother, fighting brother, as the general public, let's watch and enjoy the drama. Ben Gwazere, let's wait for tomorrow, guys. Sean, guys, you stop fighting and learn to love one another. It's too early to rule out the success of the general's plans, position, and attempts. There was nothing treasonous about his statement yesterday. He referred to the Constitution of Zimbabwe. Two, remember, Simon Kaya Moyo tried quoting SADC just as an attempt to lure its support, but the truth is everyone is tired of their tricks of clinging to power through dictatorship. Bertram, welcome. This dispute is simply a realignment of the ZANU-PF hierarchy at the top of the ruling party. There is no coup, and Robert Mugabe will still be head of state and in control of ZANU-PF. G40 faction have lost momentum now. Leo Chwala, maybe it's G40 who disturbed the army. What's happening in Zimbabwe? Please update us. What is happening is that the statement of yesterday seems to have received attention, and that attention has led to a press statement being issued to the effect that that statement was treason, qualifies to be treason. So what do you think going to happen to our beloved country? Has Chiwenga taken over from Mugabe? No, Chiwenga may be in prison. Where are you getting all this information? I thought you are in South Africa. In this day and age, Desmond, information does fly and does move. And I think there's a lot of information on what is happening in Zimbabwe. Let me look at the other side. If the general, if the general has been dismissed and will be charged with treason, is he now in Shkurubi? Does the ZRP have a warrant of arrest? From the statement, I can assure you that Chiwenga may not be sleeping at home today. Nelson Kawonde, we don't want military rule in Zimbabwe at all. Where was Chiwenga when Mjuru was fired? Personal interest for Mr. Chiwenga. Then Kudama Gombe, Mr. Mawere, your analysis is fair, but not necessarily correct. Let's wait and see. Obviously, we have no choice but to wait and see the events unfold. Who said there's chaos in Zimbabwe? Any grounds to justify that? I don't know what is on the ground, but it would appear that the army is trying to demonstrate that Mugabe is still in charge. Khaled Al, is Mugabe, did Mugabe leave the country? No. The facts that we are hearing is that Mugabe is still in charge. Eddie Kararira, Chiwenga will sleep without any problems at all. Kudzai Mudzirira, there is a fight between people trying to protect their interest in looting our minerals, but once the fight is over, whoever wins will be weaker, which is good for the opposition. Precious Daderera, let's wait and see. Oscar Tendere, I think the Zimbabwean situation requires each and every one of us to first identify where the real problem is. Change without understanding what needs to be changed might create another bigger problem. Zimbabwe in crisis. Khaled, that's good. Do you have a confirmation that he has been fired? Reading from the statement itself. For those who have joined the conversation now, I will read again the statement so that you all can understand it. And Mutumwa shoshore tapuanashe, Mutumwa kwana iwe. You have your personal interests, but that shouldn't stop you from being realistic. Talk facts, boss. You are just afraid that your business will be at stake if Chiwenga is on the right side. It's nothing to do with my business interest. I think you must be concerned about the future of Zimbabwe. That's why we're saying the future I want. Shoshore, it's your future. Business come and go. We all come and go. Chiwenga is saying something. And Vladimir says, Mawere, you would be a good lecturer at the uni, not a leader. I've never applied to be a leader, nor applied to be a lecturer. But I'm here not as a lecturer, let alone as a leader. I'm just here to share with you the news that has been shared. Those who are interested, who have not listened to the statement or who have not read it, you can indicate if you want me to read it again. I think this exceeds same as what is in Cuba. Castro hand over to his brother. Mugabe should want close to him. Mugabe is a real hero. Let him stay the power. And I think these actors will sit on a round table and rejuvenate the ZANU-PF, and they will come out even stronger than the opposition. Maria says, please read the statement. Let me reread the statement so that we all can have the same statement. This press statement was issued for and on behalf of ZANU-PF by the National Secretary for Information and Publicity, S.K. Moyo. It reads as follows: consistent with the guiding principles of the national liberation struggle, the ruling Zimbabwe African National Union Patriotic Front ZANU-PF reaffirms the primacy of politics over the gun. It is against an understanding of this abiding principle that the statement issued by General Constantino Chiwenga, purporting to speak on behalf of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. Watch the word purporting, which means he was not speaking on behalf of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces yesterday. And if you read this statement and import the word purporting, it then tells you what is at play. It says that statement was not surprising. Why is it not surprising? It's not stated. But it's clear that there were expectations that following the dismissal of Mnangagwa, Chiwenga would be the next in line. And it follows, but was an outrageous vitiation of professional soldiership. And his wartime record as a high-ranking freedom fighter entrusted by his commander-in-chief with command responsibilities in a free and democratic Zimbabwe, clearly calculated to disturb national peace and stability. A motive is then imported into the idea that informed the press statement. The said statement by General Constantino Chiwenga, which was not signed and which did not represent the rest of the command element, suggests treasonable conduct on his part, as this was meant to incite insurrection and violent challenge to the constitutional order. Just reading this statement, and where the army is on alert, one can deduce that there is something at work. That if this statement is in response to a statement of yesterday, then one can assume that General Chiwenga must have been charged already for a crime called treason. Indeed, this is what happens when the gun seeks to overreach by dictating to politics and norms of constitutionality. As the party running the democratically elected government of Zimbabwe, ZANU-PF will never succumb to any threats, least of all those deriving from conduct that is inconsistent with the tenets of democracy and constitutionalism. Not too far back, the president and first secretary of ZANU-PF, Comrade R.G. Mugabe, who is also commander-in-chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, reminded members of the uniformed forces of their subordinate place and role vis-à-vis the political authority of the land. By yesterday's reprehensible conduct, it would appear that this wise counsel not only went unheeded, but was flagrantly flouted in deference to factional politics and personal ambitions. Such conduct stands unreservedly condemned not only in the party, but also in our Southern African region and the entire African continent, where subversion of constitutional authority is frowned upon and regarded as an absolute anathema. S.K. Moyo, National Secretary for Information and Publicity, 14th November 2017. That's the statement. And the, 'Cause I think PF is distancing itself from Comrade Chiwenga's press statement. There is chaos in the land. CDF Chiwenga invites members of the press corps at 11 p.m. today. Please carry your press pass. Sorry for the short notice. ZNA Communication, Major General Moyo. They say there is a press conference by Comrade Chiwenga at 11 p.m. So if there's a press statement, then it would appear that Chiwenga is out and kicking. I read tanks heading to Harare, game over. Your analysis on the statement by ZANU-PF is pro-Mugabe undertones. You are escalating in favor of ZANU-PF. I don't think if that's what the statement says. So I have to talk to the statement and speak to the statement. But there's no other statement that I have that would allow me to talk outside the four corners of that statement nowhere. So that is what the statement says. If there's a new statement, I guess time will tell. And I can't be the judge of what is to unfold. And Ngosi Modimo, Khosi Modimo, sure Mugabe where he belongs. So that's where we are. And that's where the facts are as we know them now. We don't have any other facts. Dabe Zeta Mapasha. We cannot allow the military take over because it's not the way. We can beat ZANU without the help of the military. This would be a mistake to allow military to take over. They never leave power when they taste it. And Muzion, he is too old, he should retire. Vladimir says Uchanyara. I guess he means me. I have no dog in this fight. Military, Brian Makwanya, military is the only way, it's only our way. So Ndabe Zita, that's what age limit should be practiced. Reason it. So Mugabe must go, Brian Makwanya. And that's what other people are saying. So Mapasha, that's there is a divided group. Kwanuka said he should have stepped down long time back. Prayers for my brothers in Zimbabwe. Maria Rawlings, would be good to know what's really going on. Too much uncertainty. Again, Maria, we are not on the ground, but I guess we can only report what we know as of now. It means yesterday there was a press statement. Today there is a press statement. And from the other group, I see that there is also a notice that there will be a press statement tonight by the commander of the Defense Force, General Chiwenga. And it's scheduled for 11 p.m. today. And may you confirm, say, has Chiwenga been fired? It would appear that he's being charged with or for treason. And Vladimir, you have a dog in this fight. Mutumwa, if not, you should have saved your data. I guess, Vladimir, you can also save your data by absenting yourself. I don't think you are being prejudiced by you being part of this or even deciding not to be part of it. I am not the subject matter in this matter. It is General Chiwenga who is the subject matter. Is Mugabe gone? Too bad for politics, Ernest says. Paka ipapa mkuru, he has to be careful. Mpitse po, Mugabe should go. We are tired of African dictators. We should all thank Grace for destroying ZANU-PF. Tatenda. Fire cannot be hidden. Let's put everything in God's hands. That's precious, Tadera. It's high time for God's intervention. Vanu, Zimbabwe, Watambura. That's a truth. Brief us on the current situation. Kwanuka Roni. I think we have a statement that has been issued by the Minister of Information in his capacity as the Secretary for ZANU-PF, Information and Publicity. And that's what we hear. Too many perspectives coming through. 12 p.m. can only mean one thing. Tomorrow we're working in a new era. I just joined, say Chiwenga is being charged for treason, yet he called for press conference. That's what I'm hearing. What do you wish, Mutumwa? We should all thank Grace for breaking ZANU-PF. We can read the comments. Just tell us why we see you read this statement. I am reading them so that those who cannot read them can read them, because while I'm talking, obviously people are typing. I won't be able to catch up with what people are saying. So I think we can have a discussion of what kind. If you ask questions, then I have to answer them. According to you, how do you think it will end? Simon Azarwi. Simon, I have no clue. Each day I've learned to accept is pregnant with its own surprises. And I am entirely clueless. I would not want to venture my opinion about things that I know not of. And what I've heard about the tanks, Tianto Chiwas, is that the tanks actually have been ordered to assert the authority of President Mugabe, just in case there was a coup in the making. The statement yesterday clearly contained elements that were warning shots about what not to do or what to do. Konje Vunurwa. What is really happening in my beloved Zimbabwe? I think the drama taking place on the streets of Harare, that is now common cause. But what is not common cause is what may be happening behind the scenes. We don't know. But from the content of the statement issued by SK Moyo, the words that have been used suggest there is something serious. It suggests treasonable conduct on the part of General Chiwenga arising from the statement of yesterday. It suggests that that statement was meant to incite an insurrection and violent challenge to the constitutional order. So in sum, this is what is being framed. And coup in progress. I am not in Zimbabwe, so I wouldn't be able to say or talk to anything else. So I comment on things you know, not of according to your own words, Namcom. I can only comment on what is being said. Give us your side on the army move. Do you think big percentage of the public is okay with it, or Mugabe still dominates? I think given what is taking place following from yesterday, it would appear that Mugabe is still in control. I don't think this statement would have been issued if Mugabe was not in control. That's what it appears. So it's Mugabe who sent the army. Yes, it would appear that it is Mugabe who sent the army. Why we all give this grandpa all powers? He is God, our blood, he splits on our family, brothers killing, economy. Mugabe in coma, I don't know about the coma. Let the army just overthrow Mugabe so the country can restart itself with a new breath of fresh air. Stop playing old lion tricks. You are dragging your country down with old rags. Mugabe in a coma, I have no facts about the whereabouts of Mugabe. So I think that there it is. I think we can't say we know better, but I can only comment on what is being said. I can only answer your question. Understand that mine could be classified as speculation. And I don't want ordinarily to venture into speculation, but allow what I know to be the basis on which we share. I now know that a statement does exist. I now know there are two statements, one issued yesterday, and within 24 hours another has been issued. So that's the way it is. Mapasha, it's now time for Chiwenga to make his move. Mugabe has made his move. He is ready to fight. And then he should come on TV and give statement to Zimbabweans. Guys, I respect Mutumwa, but your statement was inevitable. There was no way ZANU or government could have ignored. Chiwenga is taking piecemeal measures. None of us know what is happening or who deployed the army. He is not in prison yet. It's just statement after statement. What we do know is that the army is on the ground. Do you take Lumumba seriously? I listened to what he said. I don't take him seriously. And Saka Chiwenga atofarirwa from the statement, it would appear that there is something at work. Vladimir, why are you focusing on me, Vladimir? Unepati yako ere, I will support you under the influence of Musombodia. I don't know what it is. Prosper Pausigere. Mugabe must go out of office. New Zimbabwe, new beginning. Then Cliff Chikumbirike, General Waka Baisa. How can you advertise a coup? That was a checkmate error on the part of General. So these are the varied comments that we get. So it's not one size fits. There are people who obviously are anxious to deliver change and to deliver it yesterday. But nai Baba Mawere Chiwenga arukusungirwei. What we do know, if he's being arrested, he will be arrested on the grounds that are set out in the press statement. Heavens will rise again. We are almost there. Joseph Ushe. I think what is being suggested is that he's guilty of treasonable conduct. That is guilty of inciting insurrection and violent change to the constitutional order. So this is what is being suggested, and this is what is at play. Our new president must be a new person from diaspora and untainted by corruption, ever have of divine maafa. He will make a good president. So why not catch him? What's going on, Chucks Chakaza? We are just reflecting and sharing insights, ideas on what has taken place in Zimbabwe. Welcome, Joseph Mudekunya. Welcome, Viv Jetta. Name Rhodesia has to rise, say. Okay. So I think we have gone through. I love the efforts. Aaron Lee, thank you. So do we have anyone who has got a question that we can attempt to answer? A comment that you think must be shared? Too much coups, Khaled, in Africa going backward. Too bad, my friend. I guess that's what it is. Watson Muzonza, Pakai Baba Mawere. Brian says Mugabe, he didn't have power. Chiwenga must lock up Mugabe, and we know that they are serious in what they're doing. Same things. How can a 93-year-old lead the country? What are the economic implications, business-wise, Maria? Okay, it's any uncertainty is not good. And whatever happens, it's not good for Zimbabwe. It's not good for Zimbabweans. Zimbabweans are already suffering anyway without this gamesmanship. And we are watching perhaps unfolding events that may not have a compass. And something is taking place. And Mapasha says, breaking news, Mugabe evacuated, refused to meet generals. This is what I got. Joseph Mudekunya, if the army takes over, bad precedents. But 37 years rule is no joke. Mr. Mawere, I understand your concerns. I think the CDF is identifying himself with the masses. We need more updates. Can't wait, Zimbabwe. Do you think there will be a civil war in Zimbabwe, considering the tense situation around? Short of the details of what is on the ground, I can't really predict what's going on. Chindika Nguni, come and see. Won't this lead to death of the innocent people? Could be, depending on the balance of forces. I think the way things are being reported would suggest that there are things at work. In my view, Chiwenga did not commit treason. It is within the ambit of the army to restore peace and order especially with the capture of a state president who is also incapacitated due to old age. The army should take over and establish a caretaker government within the next 24 months. Mugabe is a genius, Mali. He has done it again. He has created a circus, and we all focus on this drama, but our bread and butter issues are still around getting worse. President Mugabe, Mnangagwa Juruma, Morgan Tsvangirai should negotiate with immediate effect for a way forward. Negotiation is the way forward. SADC should mediate. We love you, our African brothers. No more bloodshed. Let him leave power. Enough is enough. Too little, too late. How can the army start claiming to be custodians of our constitution? Where were they over the years? Mugabe came to office in which year? All I want is the best for Zimbabwe. I think things now take a change. Chiwenga is a hero. I support him, and he stands for true. He was been waiting for a long time. So I guess there are comments from all corners, and they all point to one thing, that the Zimbabwe we dream of is not the Zimbabwe that is on the ground. That change must come. How it will come, I don't think we all know. But what is clear, that the existing situation cannot remain. And there is something that has been posted. Mugabe evacuates family as he refuses to meet army generals. President Mugabe's family was last night whisked out of the country as tensions rise. Sources at Charles Springs Airport have confirmed that Bonacha Tunga and Robert Jr. were yesterday seen off by Bona's husband, Simbachi Kore, and an entourage of security personnel. Their destination is unknown. Tension have been on the rise since General Chiwenga declared that the army would not hesitate to wallow into the ZANU-PF succession issues. It is believed that the general then requested a meeting with their commander-in-chief with the intention of pushing him to resign. They sent Permanent Secretary for Defense, Martin Rushwaya, to request a meeting, but Mugabe was adamant that he was the commander-in-chief and would not meet with insubordinate commanders. They also tried to send Chaplain General Joseph Nyakujga, but again he was snubbed. Let me just check. Hello?
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, so the army has moved to the BC.
The army has moved to ZBC?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the night is too long.
Oh, the night is too long.
Yeah. What I'm saying is a lot of development will be there by midnight.
Oh, by midnight.
Yeah.
And what about Chiwenga's statement?
It looks like they are, I don't know who is there yet.
Yeah.
I don't know who is there yet.
Okay, because it appears there's a statement at 11.
Sorry?
There is an announcement that there will be a press statement at 11 p.m.
That would have really.
It came. I just saw this thing. I think it was about 20-30 minutes ago.
Or after the speech, after the statement, they came on.
Yeah, It says press conference at KG6. CDF General Chiwenga invites members of the press corps at 11 p.m. today. Please carry your press cards. Sorry for the short notice. Zimbabwe National Army Communication, Major General Moyo. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, so thank you. Okay, you have confirmed from ZBC.
Yes, I confirmed from ZBC.
He has been locked up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So, the latest news I just heard is that the manager in charge at ZBC has been locked up and the army has moved in on ZBC. And somebody says Zimbabwe TV goes offline now. And Bertram, but army wait all that long, but good work and a lesson to other African dictators. It is the defense forces to liberate Africa. So ZBC, it appears, is down. Chiwenga can't withdraw now. That would be suicidal. Kudzora Chimbuno, locked up by who and for the why? It would appear that the phone call I just received was from Zimbabwe, that things are not all okay in Zimbabwe, that the army has moved in to ZBC. And ZBC, somebody has just reported that it's off air. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what we are hearing. Any idea what 11 p.m. press statement would be like from KG6? We're trying to establish what the statement would be like. So let's, if Chiwenga is in charge, then you are likely to know what the statement will be like. And let's check what is happening. Live from Doha. So just like the way forward. So let's check what else is There are soldiers. I think there is ZBC, soldiers seen in Harare. Call your source, please. Let me just try to call back. Traffic seems to be headed that way. Any reports of fighting, Shane Karim? Can you give us an update there? Penny?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Any update?
No, not yet. But give me the notification you received. Is it an attached document or is it a text message?
No, I think it was just posted on the thread on Facebook.
On which group?
This is I'm live, so it was just put on Facebook live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you didn't cross that.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't cross that our conversation.
Okay. That's yeah. Okay.
I hope you didn't just cross that.
No.
Okay.
Let me just check who it is. And Lord Makones. Lord Makones.
Okay.
But is TV on?
Yes, TV is
TV is on, okay. All right. Khaled, the TV is on. So I guess there is a pandemonium. I don't know what's going on, but time always has answers. Cliff Chikumbirige, ZBC is on. I'm watching it right now. So it looks like there is mixed information. It's just a matter of time. Audrey Vanikek, Robert. So I think I have done my service. I have kept you going. And if something comes up, I will also keep you posted. So thank you very much for participating and putting your thoughts on the thread. History will always be fair. It will record what we have done, Shane Karim, but it seems to be different. You can tell something is not right. I watched the news and presenter was not yourself today. Khaled Al, thank you. ZBC is on already. All radio stations are on right now. Precious Mpofu. So I think the Chiwenga supported Mugabe all these years because he was benefiting. He won't benefit without ED. We want a peaceful Zimbabwe. Shane Karim, everybody is praying for that. Oteng Lekoko, thank you. Ian Oswald, thank you for tuning in. Let's carry on till after the press conference. Okay, you want to carry on? You want to carry on, or we break for an hour, then we come back at 11 o'clock? I'll update you at 11 o'clock. I'll come back at 11 o'clock. Alinda Mtemeri, ZBC is out right now. So we're getting a mixed. Give us highlights. Let's start again at 11. Let's carry on. I can now confirm ZBC is off. Let's break. Bertram, thank you for sharing your insights on this matter. Let's carry on. There seems to be some development in Zimbabwe. It looks like the TV is off. It looks like, Shane, can you check whether the TV is, ZBC is on? Cliff, is ZBC off? Okay, Tendai, say TV ZBC is off. There is no broadcasting. Cliff has just confirmed that ZBC is off. Okay. So there seems to be something taking place there. Watson confirms ZBC is off. Singatini, it's off. Just got an audio. The army has taken over. Give me your WhatsApp number. I'll forward now. My number is 2783-269-2874. Audrey says praying for all Zimbabweans. So Stanley, give us update. ZBC back on. Cliff, is ZBC still off? Shane says now totally off. Ian said back on. So which is which? Which is which? Gundu Giza, ZBC is on. ZBC is on. Is back on air. Number is 2783 Stanley. 2783 269 2874. Here it's raining, Ian Oswald. And Bertram Tabit says the ZANU-PF regime made a fatal mistake by threatening the general with treason. Catherine McKay, my thoughts and prayers are with everyone in Zimbabwe. Please be peaceful. Thanks, Catherine. Radios are on. News time now. Pressure says it's back. I think let's wait for press conference at 11. So it says there's going to be an announcement at 11. The stakes appear to have been raised. I'm unable to call people in Zim. Tried more than 8 different numbers. Keep saying network unavailable. I just called Zimbabwe now. And I got through. It's not confirmed yet. We don't know yet whether it's confirmed, Maxine. I guess by 11 o'clock we should know. Shane Karim, yeah, they say there's going to be a statement, but I'm not sure whether the notice is legit or not. It could be the end, you never know. Rain and thunder like your confusion. You seem to be hungry. Apparently the army is beating up people at ZBC. Battle lines have been drawn. No going back. Rosalie Voka says, you look tired. Why don't you have a little break? Yeah, you are right. I need to rest so that I can come back at 11. Kuzanai Kafamba said, don't take a break. That's... What's the topic here say? The topic is the Zimbabwe that is uncertain, beyond the headline, can't verify independently, but hearing from usual sources that there are now tanks at ZBC TV. Is Mr. President back to his house or not allowed? Who is going to issue a press statement at 11? We hear that the army, please come back at 11. Whose press conference? They say Chiwenga. They say Chiwenga is going to issue a press statement at 11. Hope our African hero is safe. Okay, let me call again. Koga, thank you, Koga.
The subscriber you have dialed is on another call. Please hold for a connection. The subscriber you have dialed is on another call. Please hold for a connection.
So it's ringing, Oswald. So the phone is ringing, which means there's life there. The relevance of ZBC is that most school leaders, their first port of call is the television, radio, to make sure that they announce what would have taken place. Thanks, Shane. Kelvin, Sharon, there is a lot that seems to be taking place in Zimbabwe, but we don't seem to have full details. So we will break for now and come back at 11 o'clock.